Hello everyone, welcome to the course Introduction to Artificial Intelligence. So let's start. Now, what is artificial intelligence? So I'm not going into different definitions, not going to the mathematical terms, not going to anything else. Let's start with an analogy. Let's start with a very beautiful approach of understanding artificial intelligence. So I would like to ask you a question. What are total number of petals in hibiscus flower? So once again, I repeat, you can read the question on your screen. What are total number of petals in the hibiscus flower? So pause the video for a moment and think. Now, the flower is in front of you. Now can anyone tell me what are total number of petals in the hibiscus flower? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you saw something on your screen, you identified that as an image, and you identify a part of the image as a petal, and you were able to count the number of times that particular part, that petals, is repeated in the image, and you were able to give the answer. So this is what artificial intelligence is. You saw something, you processed it in your mind, you classified that particular image as a flower, and you did one of the most complex thing which a species, a living species, can do is counting, and we did that. So let's have a very top overview of how these things happen. So here we have Bob with us, and in front of Bob we have placed a flower. So now I ask Bob, hey Bob, what's the total number of petals in the flower you are seeing? So that's a beautiful smiling sunflower in front of him, and he'll tell me, okay, the total number of petals here are 8. But how this 8 answer came from his mouth? How did this happen? So first Bob saw the flower. After seeing the flower, he, or instead of saying after seeing the flower, Bob saw an object. So Bob's eyes scanned the object. This image, the data of the image is passed to Bob's brain. Now, of thousands of objects in the world of which Bob has idea, Bob's mind clearly classified this object as a flower. After that, Bob thought, what is the actual question? So my question is, what are the total number of petals? So now Bob's mind also knows that what is a petal. Now, third thing, the most complex thing which Bob's mind does is counting. So it counted. This happens in this particular manner. So first you think the question, your brain processes that question and gives output, answer. So in this particular scenario of scanning an image and telling it whether it's flower or not, or the total number of petals in the flower, the first thing which happens is image processing. So this image, the data of this image is sent to brain. Brain does object recognition. So if I tell you what's the color of the chair, then Bob will say me, no, this is flower, this is not a chair. So brain does object recognition, and then to answer exact question, the total number of petals, brain also detects, also identifies the petals present on this flower. And one of the most fascinating and complex thing which of all the species only human can do is counting. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 8 petals are there. Bob gave me the answer. Seeing an object, classifying it, recognizing it as a particular title, particular label. So here we have labeled this object. Humans have labeled such kinds of objects as flower. Maybe on some another planet, some another alien species can label it as something else. So this is what artificial intelligence is all about. So computer scientists, physicists, biotechnologists, neurologists, neuroscientists have tried to figure out how these things happens. Means how a brain learns to identify flower, how a brain learns to identify things, how we learn counting things, etc., etc. And with their research, they found some output of that research. They, in attempt of understanding human brain, they come up with algorithms which, applying on computers, can make a computer intelligent to some extent. So now some theory of working of human brain when applied to computers gives us artificial intelligence. So here there is word artificial prefix to intelligence, which means we have done it, it's not naturally available. So friends, this is what AI is all about. Now, what is machine learning? So for now, just consider it as a branch of artificial intelligence, period. So I will not confuse you anymore. So if you have idea, it's okay. If you are very new to this field, just bear with me. Will You will exactly understand the difference. But for now, consider it as a subset or a branch of artificial intelligence. Now, very common questions will take frequently asked questions before we start. Okay, is mathematics and machine learning related? Yes, machine learning is all about mathematics. You are expected to have little bit knowledge of mathematics before jumping onto machine learning. Okay, so theoretical, practical, we cannot do machine learning, practical machine learning without theory. You cannot learn theory without practical. So there are two sides of a coin, and you need to have both the things properly. So in order to become a good good machine learning engineer, you need to have understanding of mathematics. Now learning AI the right way. So first you need to brush up your Python skills. Then you need to have hands on important packages. Start with math. So I'll be teaching you all the math required to understand machine learning algorithms, and in parallel we'll practice Python as well as some important packages of Python like pandas, numpy, etc., etc. And then we'll start with pure machine learning. So thank you. That was introduction to artificial intelligence. That's it.